There are a lot of questions surrounding coronavirus here, and that is why we've been bringing in local experts during the 6 o'clock news, not for a news interview. We've asked them to come on to answer your questions, which you can email to us at news@wgem.com or share with us on our Facebook page. Tony Cornish Jr. is the facilitator between you and the experts. Tonight he has Dr. William Dixon and licensed clinical social worker Stacy Melton from SIU Center for Family Medicine. Tony?
Thanks a lot, Dylan. Certainly appreciate it. Thank you for both of you for joining us this evening. We certainly appreciate it. Amanda Lawrence emailed in this question to us. She wants to know, how is it tested? Can you walk us through the process from taking the test to getting results back? Doctor?
So I think the first question, of course, is who gets tested? And you went through the typical symptoms already. Right now we have a limited number of test kits available, and that does limit us a little bit on who we can test, and I think that's been discussed a lot to this point. If the decision is made to go ahead and be tested, if I understand the question correctly, then the test collection itself is very simple. It's an applicator similar to a Q-tip that is usually placed into the nose. There are some new kits coming out that may be able to swab the mouth, but right now we're doing the nasopharyngeal testing. So again, that's the swab in the nose.
Very good. Also, Denise Hinch on our Facebook page has sent in a question. She wants to know, with the backlog at the testing facilities, in some cases a week or longer, is there a chance of an increase of false negatives in relation to the increased length of time taken to test some samples? Dr. Dixon?
I think that's a great question. The short answer to that is no. With the test collection, those things get put into the refrigerator, then the freezer very quickly. And I know that the testing labs are running 24 hours a day to get those done just as quickly as possible. But while it's waiting, those samples are pristine. They're not deteriorating. They are very appropriate for testing, even if it takes 2, 3, 4 days to be able to run that test.
Another question in, the coronavirus and the quarantines can lead a lot of anxiety for people, whether it because of isolation or concerns about your job or the economy. What advice would you give to people who are dealing with that right now? Stacy?
Well, first of all, I would say not to panic and to be proactive in what you're doing. Practice some of the things that the doctors are talking about with the social distancing and the hand washing. And then also keeping your routine is important. It's really easy to get out of routine if you're home and you're out of your typical routine. So stay in routine, get up, take a shower, eat 3 meals a day. If part of your routine is to exercise and you can't go to the gym now, then they have all kinds of videos on YouTube you can download. So do a different kind of exercise, because that's a good coping skill. Just trying to keep in routine and do positive things. Also thinking positive too, I think is helpful, because if you turn on the TV, there's a lot of negative stuff now. So trying to think positive, so journaling positive things. I mean, it's been proven when people think about 3 things they're grateful for, even in a tough situation like this, it does help.
No doubt about that. Thank you both for that. And we'll be back with more of your questions. Don't forget, news@wgem.com. Send in your questions and we'll present them as time allows here on the air. We'll be back after this break.